Welcome back. Today we're diving deep into one single incredible gaming session that's a perfect lesson in strategy, infiltration, and, well, setting a whole lot of stuff on fire. We're going to break down exactly how one team took on an entire enemy outpost from the inside out.
So, think about it for a second. That's the big question, right? It's like something out of a heist movie. The target's locked down, the guards are on high alert, and just running in, swords swinging? That's a one-way trip. So, how do you get inside the lion's den when the lions already know your name? Okay, so let's set the scene. The team gets their mission from the captain of the guard for the Kingdom of Fantasia. The goals sound simple. Find the goblin supply outpost, get any prisoners out, and burn the whole thing to the ground. And the proof? The captain himself said he'd be watching for the smoke on the horizon. No pressure, right?
And they immediately hit a wall, a big, goblin-guarded wall. The party rolls up to the outpost, and the guards at the gate just flat out refuse to let them in. And the reason why is just perfect. It's because their reputation as heroes for the kingdom is so good, the goblins instantly peg them as enemies. All their good deeds just lock the front door. It's a great reminder that sometimes your biggest strengths can create your biggest problems.
So, with the direct approach being a total non-starter, the team has to get creative. Force isn't going to work, and their heroic rep is actually hurting them. They need another way in, even if it means they have to get their hands a little dirty. They gotta find a way to earn the goblins' trust, to prove they aren't the good guys the goblins think they are.
And here it is, the price of admission. The goblin guards make this really grim offer. They say they're low on horse meat, and hey, if the party can bring them a fresh supply, they'll open the gates. All of a sudden, this mission isn't just about fighting monsters. It's about making a pretty serious moral compromise.
This puts the party at a major crossroads. I mean, look at these options. They talked for a minute about a nearby traveling merchant, but they immediately shoot that down. No way are they going to murder a civilian. This is a team that's really trying to be the good guys here. So, they go for the lesser of two evils, hunting wild animals.
And this is where you really see their teamwork shine. Druindar, the ranger, uses his tracking skills to find a herd, no problem. Then Barkin, the barbarian, who you wouldn't expect this from, uses his animal handling to soothe the horses. This prevents a stampede and lets the party handle a grim task as quickly and mercifully as possible. It just shows how great teamwork can make even the toughest jobs manageable.
And their bloody bargain works. The goblins are super happy with the fresh meat, the gates swing open, and the team is escorted inside. And they're not just in, their gift has earned them a private audience with the big boss himself, the Goblin Chief.
Alright, so this brings us right to the heart of the mission. They're deep in enemy territory, standing inside the command tent. The time for being sneaky is over. Now it's time to spring the trap.
Now, let's talk about their target. This is not just some run-of-the-mill goblin. He's described as huge, a powerful warrior, and look at that weapon, a horse chopper. Kinda chilling, right? That's a direct reminder of the very task the party just had to do to get in here. They literally just fed the beast they're about to fight.
The plan they come up with is just brilliant. It's so simple. First, use the privacy of the tent to launch a surprise attack. Second, Vala, their stone Goliath paladin, becomes a living roadblock at the entrance to stop any guards from rushing in. And third, with the chief isolated, the rest of the party can just unload everything they've got on him. It's a textbook strategy. You control the battlefield, you focus your fire.
But you know, no plan ever goes off without a hitch. In the middle of the fight, Barkin decides to use these hex sticks he'd looted from a goblin shaman earlier. He unleashes their power only to find out, whoops, they're cursed. He literally cannot let go of them. A pretty dangerous problem to have in a life-or-death situation. And while Barkin's dealing with his whole cursed weapon problem, Valhalla's job becomes absolutely critical. And he is a rock. He does exactly what he was supposed to do. He holds that entrance. He single-handedly keeps the rest of the outpost guards from turning this targeted strike into an unwinnable brawl. It's just a perfect example of a defender completely controlling the flow of battle.
The fight is absolutely brutal. A few of the players take some serious hits. But that strategy, that focused fire, it works. And in the end, it's Arya, the ASMR rogue, who lands the killing blow with her psychic daggers. The massive goblin chief is down.
So, the chief is dead. Awesome. But the mission is only half over. They still have to find and rescue any prisoners, and of course, they have to burn the place down. Their escape is about to get very, very loud.
What happens next is just pure, beautiful, planned chaos. In this wild moment of improvisation, Drunundar notices the dead chief's guts are flammable, so he lights them and the whole tent on fire. They slash their way out and start this fighting retreat, setting every other tent they pass ablaze, and on their way out, they find them, captive farmers and their children, and they get them free. Just an incredible exit.
They make it out, leaving this roaring inferno behind them. And back in the kingdom, their success is confirmed. The captain saw the smoke, just like he said he would. The team gets a huge payout in gold and experience, and their reputation with the kingdom just skyrockets. They totally pulled it off.
But as you know, in the world of Infinitum, a big victory is usually just the warm-up act for an even bigger challenge. Yeah, they took out a camp, then this outpost, but the goblin threat is far from over. Not even close.
First things first, though, a much-needed break. They take some downtime for some personal business. They actually donate more of their gold to a local orphanage, which continues to build up their hero status. They pop by a temple to get that pesky curse taken off of Barkin's hex sticks, and of course, they hit the tavern to celebrate.
And just as they're starting to relax, the captain of the guard finds them. He's impressed, to say the least, and he thinks they're ready for the final step. He hands them the location of the main goblin fortress, the source of the whole problem.
Which leaves us all with this final massive question. The tactics that worked on an outpost, getting in quiet, a surprise assassination, a fiery escape, those might not work against a full-blown military fortress. They've proven they're clever, and they've proven they're tough, but is it going to be enough for what's coming next?